just joined us on the System After Dark, this is a homegrown number courtesy of E3 and Cracker. Bulla, how's it going? I'm D, your host on the System After Dark, right here on Today FM. Today's hit music. You can catch me weeknights at 7 p.m. That's from Monday to Friday, only on the home of Today's hit music. And don't forget, that's D with you every weeknight on the System After Dark. Even got that homebrew flowing.
Coming up, tragedy in Batanga as 4 drowned. Fiji stands ready to assist cyclone-stricken Vanuatu. And USB provides assistance to students in Vanuatu. Good evening, I'm Akosita Tale and this is FBC News. Prime Minister Vorenge Bainimarama has expressed his concern over the drowning of 4 young men on the weekend. The Prime Minister says he was upset by the event which followed his launch of the Water Safety Council report on Friday. What is Wani Rekanroka reports.
Prime Minister Bainimarama raised his concern over the drownings in Parliament this morning.
The confirmed death of 1 teenager and the fact that 3 others are missing, believed drowned, is a terrible blow for these young people's families and the entire nation. I'm especially upset, Madam Speaker, by this event because it was only on Friday that I highlighted the threat of drowning when I launched the Water Safety Council report for 2014.
Bainimarama adds that it is everyone's responsibilities to teach young people swimming skills and water safety rules. Meanwhile, police spokesperson Ananai Soro confirmed to FBC News this afternoon that the bodies of the 3 youths have been retrieved.
We can confirm that the body of the 16-year-old, 19-year-old and 20-year-old were retrieved this morning from waters of the Nanuku Industrial.
The loss of 4 young men has shocked Wailea settlement. While drowning appears evident, post-mortem results are due soon. Watisoni Rekanroka, FBC News.
Staff of the Digicel Group have been organizing assistance for Vanuatu over the past 2 days. Digicel has spent a substantial amount and is still buying much-needed items for storm victims in Vanuatu. Workers are packing the goods for a chartered flight to Port Vila tonight or tomorrow morning. Digicel Public Relations Manager Satish Narayan says they are also trying to restore communication and services since families and loved ones need to stay connected with those across the islands and abroad.
They are in dire need for basic food necessities like water and other stuff, and also technical equipment which Digicel hopes to get their towers up and running. We've got Port Vila nearly all up and running and people are managing to contact.
The actions of the staff at Digicel Fiji show they are saddened and greatly concerned about the devastation caused to our Pacific neighbor by Cyclone Pam. Meanwhile, FBC journalist Shanal Sivan spoke to the head of the UN Regional Office for the Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs, Sune Gutnitz, speaks to him about the latest report on recovery and rehabilitation efforts in Vanuatu. Here's more.
First of all, what is the UN's response now to the disaster in Vanuatu?
The UN is responding by gearing up. We have a United Nations disaster assessment and coordination team that is currently in Melbourne or in Canberra. That is being assembled to fly up to Vanuatu tomorrow. It's a rapid response mechanism. OCHA office here in Fiji has also dispatched staff.
Mr. Goodnitz, what reports do you have coming out of Vanuatu now in terms of fatalities and the initial response?
Regarding fatalities, the numbers are not clear, so I don't want to speculate. We have heard different numbers going around. But in terms of the actual disaster, it's very clear that it's enormous. There are areas that we haven't heard anything from, including the southern islands of Tanna, for example, that has a very high population of around 29,000. There's pretty much no information that has come out. And we know in Port Vila that up to perhaps 90% of the houses in Port Vila have been damaged in one way or another. So we are looking, I think, at a really worst-case scenario.
On the note of the worst-case scenario, given the size of the disaster from the initial reports, how long do you think the recovery and the rehabilitation process will take?
It's very difficult to say. We don't know the full magnitude of the disaster. I do want to stress that people in Vanuatu are very resilient. Yes, we really need to look at what the needs are of the people, what would they like to have in terms of assistance. I'm sure that the government will come up with a response and support for the Vanuatu government. I hope that they will. And I also am sure that the Fijian people will be generous. Of course, we need to be sure that what we send is what is needed and what is wanted, so we cannot just send anything. We need to be sure that what we send hits the spot and is what they need. But I think that to think about providing help to Vanuatu at this stage would be the right thing to do, and I hope that that will be considered.
Still to come, experts talk about NCDs.
Ya bina boleh menonton watching main emosi dengan bola FM 62 na seri na hona ni ndende manda kay Central Rental Support ka na rusun ko kita minichi me ba na koloko. Ni sabola.
Oya wa tisoni dalai.
Gonga emosi don.
Nama kikirau mena tolu kene bitu. Ena via kabi moliti kene borombuka.
Goria na lali ne kabi. Bola FM number 2 na seri.
My name is Luca. I live on the second floor.
Gold FM, only the classic hits. I hope you're having fun so far. You're listening to The Ride, and I'm Kara, taking you through your afternoon. Stay with me to listen to more awesome classics right here on The Ride. Bulabinaka, for awesome sounds in the afternoon. Wonderful, wonderful classics. Join me on The Ride every weekday right here on Gold FM, only the classic hits from 2 to 7.
Just don't ask me what it was. I think it's 'cause
Welcome back. This is FBC News. More awareness is needed to curb the prevalence of non-communicable diseases. It needs to start from schools and even as early as in the proper rearing of newborns. NCDs, diabetes, hypertension. I'm not going to get this disease. My families don't have it. I won't have it. These are some of the common myths surrounding NCDs in Fiji. Speaking on FBC TV's For the Record last night, Fiji Diabetes Association President Dr. Wahid Khan says non-communicable diseases don't relate to age, gender and race.
And that's what's hitting us hard. People think that, oh, my mom and dad didn't have it, I can't have it. Excuse me, forget it. Genes play a role, but the environment plays an important role. You know, what you put into your mouth is going to come back.
Dr. Khan adds the fight against NCDs has to be taken down to children at an early age so that their lifestyles don't continue on the wrong track.
Feeding bad habits, you know, we start giving fizzy drinks to children very early in their life, fast foods. You know, they will, if the parents are not hardy, they can throw tantrums, you know, and get whatever they want, and eventually bad eating habits, you know. And children in school, you know, what they do, they pool their money, they buy a bottle of fizzy drink and one loaf of bread or bun, and that's their lunch, you know. So, you know, that's their lifestyle, you know.
Making the right choices to eat healthy and exercise regularly is the key to preventing NCDs. The onus is on everyone to make the right decisions for their families as well as themselves. Fiji's new ambassador to the People's Republic of China is Ioane Naivalurua. Minister of Foreign Affairs Ratuinoke Kumbuambola says he is confident that Ambassador Naivalurua's appointment will add more value and strengthen Fiji's relations with the Chinese government. With Ambassador Naivalurua's stint as a diplomat and his vast experience as a career military officer who served in peacekeeping duties overseas, the ministry is optimistic that he will elevate Fiji's bilateral relations with China to greater heights. Ambassador Naivalurua is finalizing his orientation program at the ministry headquarters in Suva and will take up his new posting soon. The Itoke Affairs Ministry will be handling issues regarding ownership of land and chiefly titles instead of taking them through the court system. This was revealed during a public consultation at Tamavua village in Suva. Sakyus Sanaivua reports.
A large number of people showed up at the community hall for the public consultation. Penny Wanga, who manages the Itoke Lands Appeal Tribunal in the ministry, told the audience matters regarding ownership of land and chiefly titles will now be dealt with by the ministry. He He explained the proposal in an interview with FBC News Today.
Ministry Tokyo Affairs Board has decided that instead of taking it to the court for the expert to decide, because they won't know better on the background of the Fijian, so they said to set up this Tokyo Lands Appeals Tribunal, consisting of Tokyo chiefs who are more conversant with the chiefly background to hear these cases.
Wanga says the court cannot change any decision once the tribunal rules on a case.
Section 7 of the Tokyo Lands Appeals Tribunal, Section 7 says that the decision of the tribunal is final and cannot be challenged in any court of law. So that's what the law says under the Act, and that gives a final judgment for the Tokyo Lands Appeals Tribunal members to give their judgment.
The tribunal was initially set up in 1998 to help solve Itoke issues using traditional protocols. Wanga says method used in solving these cases are effective. He has urged members of the public to seek advice from the ministry about the tribunal. Sikusa Nebua, FBC News.
Sports is up next. Here's Jamie.
Thank you, Ako, and good evening. Coming up, Telecom Fiji Warriors prepare for decider against Samoa A on Wednesday, and Fijianers take out bowl final at Atlanta Sevens. Details after the break.
Gold FM, only the classic hits. Beautiful song from the group Firehouse and When I Look Into Your Eyes. Before that, you heard from Smokey Robinson with One Heartbeat. We'll take a short break and join us in the next hour for more music from Seal. Bulablaga. I'm DJ Tora. Join me every weekdays, 7 until midnight on the Premium Classics. Right here on Gold FM, only the classic hits.
छू 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 हे नमस्ते फीजी, आपके हर एक प्रॉब्लम की दवा लेकर मैं आ गई हूँ 9 से 12 बजे तक आपकी सहेली रेनू। छू 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 40 में 20 का दिखना है। मैं हूँ ना आपके साथ में मिर्ची एफएम पर 9 से 12 बजे तक मंडे टू फ्राइडे। मिर्ची, इट्स हॉट।
The Telecom Fiji Warriors side is putting in the hard yards for its World Rugby Pacific Challenge decider against Samoa A on Wednesday. They will need to win this crucial encounter to feature in the final on Monday in Suva. Talenda Dakdaka has more.
A 13-try rout of Junior Japan on Saturday was still not enough for the Warriors to book their spot in the World Rugby Pacific Challenge final next week. Samoa A stands in the way of the Nemani Nagusa-led side in capturing the title on home soil.
They're very strong up front. And when they have the chance to run the ball, and they take it, run the ball wider with their backline. And their backline, they have a good backline, and that's shown on their last 2 games.
Seru Bakula is not expected to make any major changes to his starting 15. Nipi halfback Emori Wanga was a worthy replacement for the suspended Samu Langai. The coach is urging the players not to get ahead of themselves and to treat the match against Samoa as a final.
All we want is a win, and that's the main area we've been emphasizing the boys is we have to focus again on this game. It's like this is our last game, and everyone have to step up, and you're selected, you have to cut it out for 80 minutes. And play as a team and make sure that at the end of the game that we came out as winners.
Defending champions, the Argentina Pampas, look likely to be the opponent to take on the winner of the Fiji Warriors Samoa A clash in Monday's final. A Wednesday win for the Warriors would allow them a chance to avenge their opening round 2-point loss to the Pampas last week. Talendo Dakavak, FBC Sports.
Nadi's Jet Runners Club is encouraging students with disabilities to participate in this year's fun run. The event that was to be held last Saturday was rescheduled due to the uncertain weather conditions brought by Cyclone Pam. It is now set for April 11th. Josephine Navula has the details.
The Nadi-based Runners Club is aiming to give back to the Nadi Special School starting with the fun run competition.
This is especially for the people with the special needs. And I would like to thank Nadi Special School, who has confirmed with 12 to 15 runners coming from them. The reason I started focusing on the special need, people with the special needs, I believe it's time to empower them into the sports.
Kumar says the aim of the event is to engage more participants to bring the club to another level.
I think we are the only existing club in Fiji which organize races on track, road, cross-country, mountain running and beach running and etc. So from this year I started focusing on the special needs and people who are on the streets who wants to come and run.
The club has also arranged prizes for the competition.
We'll have prizes for special runners, people with the special needs on that day. They will receive a trophy each, and we'll have prizes for primary schools, secondary schools, open and veteran, male and female, first, second, third place getters.
The fun run will be held at the McDonald's outlet in Nadi on Saturday, the 11th of April. Josephine Vula, FBC Sports.
That is your sports for tonight. It's back to Akshita now with business.
The Water Authority of Fiji launched a new service today that will enable their customers to receive their bills on time through their mobile phones using SMS. To have access to this service, customers need to register by dialing *703#. The Get Bill SMS service for the time being can only be accessed by Vodafone and Inc users. The agreement was signed today by the Water Authority of Fiji, Vodafone Fiji as well as NewNet Fiji. Customers will not only have immediate access to their bills, but will receive reminders to pay their bills and will be alerted to a final notice before disconnection.
People tend to forget things in their busy schedules about paying their water bill. So this service is about that. It's about reminding people. You know, we'll give you about 2 reminders, at least 2 reminders before we disconnect. And hopefully, you know, with this technology, we want customers to register their mobile phone. It's not expensive, you know, 20 cents for text. It'll save you the hassle of the inconvenience of running around trying to get reconnected because, you know, we're just doing our part in disconnecting the service because you have not paid the bill.
The technology is being harnessed by a local company, NewNet Fiji Limited. Overcast and cloudy conditions with occasional rain were experienced over the country today. A trough of low pressure lies slow-moving north of Vanuatu and extends southeastwards over to the south of Fiji. Suva, Savu and Lambasa recorded the highest temperatures today, with all hitting 33. Nadi, Lautoka and Bar reached 32. Forecast to midnight tomorrow, occasional showers and few thunderstorms over most places. Afternoon or evening thunderstorms with heavy falls expected. Few showers over the interior and southern parts of larger islands, elsewhere fine. South to southwest winds 15 to 20 knots, moderate to rough seas. And the main points again: 4 die in Batanga swimming mishap. Fiji to help out cyclone-stricken Vanuatu, and Fiji Warriors eye someone's scalp. This week's poll question, and due to some technical problems last week, we are again asking, should Pio Tuai play for Fiji in the Hong Kong Sevens? Visit our FBC website to take part. Remember, you can send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email citizensize@fbc.com.fj or share with us via our Facebook page FBC News, or if you're on Twitter, follow and tweet us your news tips at FBC News or simply hashtag FBC News. And that's our bulletin for today. Join the team again tomorrow at the same time. Nimo Demanda.
Ni sambu binaga turna na kini marama ni bulu binaga na dolu bau kini mone lewa. Ni sam bulu binaga mone. Ena gotale nama nama ni wawe katalau. Ena mataka ena dai.
Ena vindelana mai nei tasiri.
Numbula maleka, go nimilote na isorota boa.
And the lomo ni vanua, mai sanganga.
Niumbulari, go Samuel Samuli. Nanota ngana ni wawe katala when Radio Fiji One nandomo evitina vonga ni venuan. Maino no kilithiwa enabi mataka, moni tiki na pagaruka. Nika inamaka.